Hey Matt, good afternoon. Here is what you will get when we've finished flying the property. So you can zoom in to see any detail, like there's one of our little drone vans. You can drill right in. Its resolution is hampered by the browser, but you can actually pick up photographs, individual photographs of individual areas. This professional person that uses it all the time has delineated areas on the house where he's going to put grass, measure surface area, all that good stuff. You can turn stuff on and off from your measurements. Let's look at where he's going to put his drain pipe. Knows how to measure the elevation and the amount of drain pipe he's going to need. What else? Dream driveway. Let's see what he decided to make as his dream driveway. These are 3D views. But anytime you want to export any of the measurements that you make to prove a point, you click export and you can export everything the way you need it. Over here, you go into your survey. We can now put in your contours. Set it 1 foot. Let's just do 1 foot major, ½ foot minor. Hit apply. Now under the area of flight, you can get your contours. You can see what your elevation is. If you look at where my cursor is going on the bottom right, you'll see the northing, easting, and elevation change. So you know exactly what's going on with the property. You can immediately point to, let's say, this surface area here, put a point on it. Tells you what the exact elevation is, and you can send that point to somebody to walk on the job site to go to. For areas of contention, you can do an elevation map. And the beauty of this is every time we fly, you can compare flight to flight based on elevation changes, run your cut fill, your stockpiles. I'll show you this, for example. This is TSMC, you probably know it, the largest construction site going on in all of North America. Just got $150 billion to finish off this section. That security uses this to check vehicles when they have vehicle theft, to go into the back of trucks and see what's actually in there. Looks a little squiggly because we use a filter because they're looking just for surfaces. But let's pick this giant stockpile right here. We can go into a stockpile measurement. Pick an area. Say we just want this area. It's going to tell you how many cubic yards. If you knew with the smart volume, it's saying there's a cut of 24 and there's a fill of 55 to get it up. But if you give it a reference level surface, for example, finish grade, and you know that finish grade, for example, needs to be at, let's just make it a silly number. Bear with me while the calculations work. Let's go in here. I pushed the wrong button, sorry. Reference surface. It's not letting me change it for some reason. Oh, that's right, it's locked out. But when this isn't locked out, you can put in 2,000 feet and it'll make the calculations instantly for you. You can look at a previous survey. Let's say we go back to timeline here. But basically on the system, this is how TSMC is all billed and checked. The billables, payables for all the contractors are picked. Let's go back to February. Let's actually go further back. Let's go to January. And now you see how the numbers are changing. So super powerful. I'm only showing you briefly a minuscule of information, but remember we talked about that house. We'd be using the same software to measure the roof and to check the roof. We wait for it to load. Let's back it out a little bit, let it load. And then if we want a specific picture on a specific area in here to line up to BIM, we'll zoom out, click this blue box, and normally, there we go. The exact image that you can zoom in and download will show you the exact image that was taken. So it's completely defensible. No part of the data is missing. We have to hold the contractor accountable. You know, let's look at this image for accidents, for example. We can see there was fencing around objects, and you know, you can say at this time of day when we flew, there was this was bounded off. There's no excuse for the truck that drove into it and damaged the on-sites. So very, very powerful, very defensible. If you do it from start to finish, everything lines up with the BIM. It makes your job an incredibly easier. Let's go back out here. This is what 1,300 acres looks like on the site, and we've been doing it for 3 years, every week, and now twice a week because they see so much value in it. These guys actually use it for insurance, for equipment, because equipment's been going missing. We can prove to the insurance company that the equipment is there and it's gone missing. So that's one. Let's go to just a basic one so I can show you a quick stockpile calculation. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you the 303 that we just did for existing conditions. So ADOT requires existing conditions and monthly flights. We're down in Tucson on the I-10 with Sunt, and we're on Pullis. And actually, let me just show you this one. I'm just trying to pick up things that are easy for you to see quickly. So here's the stockpile. They're wanting to know the value of the stockpile. They know it's 814 yards. They know that it's pre-coat chips. They know the weight and the cost per ton, and they put it in here and print off an inventory report. Anything that an engineer would want to look at, they simply go into outputs, they simply go into files, and they can print off everything that they would ever need to import into CAD to make decisions. 1 foot contours, 2 foot contours, everything they would need. DXF, big heavy files, but there's nothing that they can't view on here. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what we'll be providing for the property. They'll be able to see everything, inventory everything, calculate road grade. I'll show you that here. Now we have a calculation. Show the cross section. You're on a 2.5% road grade. If you on this site wanted to see one last really cool thing, it'll take a little bit to load, but let's go in here, go to hydro, and do surface runoff, for example. Actually, let's do watershed. Let's do it around that area. And when they cut it, they can see what it's going to do, where the water's actually going to go when they cut it. If I pick a liquid drop location over here, now you'll see where the runoff from that area goes. And very, very powerful tool. Hopefully this helps. Anything you ever need, 602-908-2043. Thanks.